Hey everybody, or nobody. Hey, anybody there? All right. Hi, Steven. Hey, Tightwood. Noah. John Howe. Wow, those go fast. How's everybody doing tonight? You would not believe all the shit I had to go through to get this live going. I am not a computer guy, and I'm still not. Hi, Shauna. Hi, Charles. John, Drew. Oh, at work. That would suck. Just getting back. I poured myself a drink. Think I'll have a drink. Here's to you guys. It's just one little drink, but southeast Wisconsin. Hi, Don. Fernando. Dennis. I'm really, cheers, Shauna. I'm chomping at the bit to get out there tomorrow. One thing I didn't record yesterday that I really wish I would have for you guys, I stumbled on a double deer kill. And when I come up to it on the sled, I thought it was a deer ripped in half, but it was a late fawn and its mom were both killed by coyotes. And lucky me, I only had 3 power rams left, and I know we got dogs there tomorrow. The tracks were pounded in there, so I'm just hoping the Ravens left them alone today. So we shall see, I guess. Oakland, San Francisco, California. Capel, not Fort Capel. PCP, how's it going, buddy? Hey, Brandon. A little warmer down in New Mexico, I'd have to think. Jeff, hey, buddy. Yeah, I'm not a duck hunter, but I know still a lot of guys that like duck hunting, so. Oh, that's a tough one, Dennis. Hey, but it was kind of cool here. Hello, hello. Even if it's been dead for 2 days, next NT, another letter. Esteban, yeah, I know where that is. I worked there quite a bit. Hi, Chris. I don't know. I don't know. You mean like sticking, buffering? Ah, I got you. Every once in a while, I accidentally do that and stick my thumb over top of the screen. But hey, Tim, how you doing? Glad you could make it, brother. Mountain Bushcrafters, how's it going, brother? I'm not noticing anything, but then again, I'm just looking at a picture of my face and trying to read here. Trapper 1. Trapper J, I bet you meant. Hi, David from Massachusetts. Glad you guys could make it. My day was a thing of beauty. I did 2 weasels, a fox, and 3 coyotes today. I was pulling the second coyote off. I stick my knee in the middle of their back and yank it right down to their front legs, and then I hammer the front legs, and I got the legs out, went to do down to its ears, and something had bit it on the side of the face, and I didn't notice. So when I ripped it down, I put a big smile in the hide. So I will be Betsy Ross sewing that up tomorrow again. So Timber's trying to find me. TLN, what's he looking for? Hi from Missouri. Hey, how's it going, Brad? Glad you could make it. And Evie, too. Right on. Yeah, I'm a little busy right now. I can't really talk to him right now. My buddy Gold Country Trapping. How are you doing, brother? I sure miss your shows. Are you not trapping this year, Gold Country, or what's going on? Thank you, Michael. Good to see me. I can't imagine anybody being glad to see this. Oh well. Hey, Desert Air Gunner. Yeah, you guys are quick. Reaper Militia. Hey, little brother, how you doing? It's a Yeti. Look who's talking. That's funny. Odin the Reaper. Lots of familiar names on here. Most of you guys probably know each other too. It's quite a Gunner Air. How you doing, buddy? Timberline North, my brother. How you doing? It's kind of a pretty tight little community, us trappers. So I was gonna do my Reaper beard tonight, but I'd have to shave, I think. You know, Gold Country, I heard from a little bird that the Pale Western Coyotes are going to go at a premium record prices this year. So all those guys that were going around buying Coyotes and everybody thought they were getting such a good price, I think they may be a little disappointed when it comes down to it. I don't know. That's just what I heard, but I heard record prices for dogs. So, and I just happen to be sitting on 100 and some of them. So. Dan O'Connell, how you doing, brother? That's awesome. You never call me anymore. I thought you were coming out here. Don't be worried. I got lots of coyote bait. You're safe. How long have I been trapping? That's a good one. I remember when I was 5 years old, my grandpa and I were out in his barn in Lestock, and he had some traps hanging on the wall, and I asked him what they were, and he set one and said it's a gopher trap, and I proceeded to stick my finger right in the bloody thing. It was a number 0, but I got a blood blister on the end of my finger, and I cried like a little suck. And he said, don't tell your mom, don't tell your mom, and he gave me 2 number 1s and 4 number 0s just to keep my mouth shut. And that summer I caught my first gophers, so I've been trapping a long time. 53 years or more. So, and it's something I love. I really like doing it, so I don't have to tell you guys about that. The anticipation of walking up to a trap and or a catch in a trap, I don't have to tell you guys what that's like. That's just like crack to a crack addict, you know. So, you know what, Brandon? That's a good question. That coronavirus, I heard that they're gonna maybe shut down the fur harvester auction because China will not be allowed to attend. And that's not good. I'm already going to have to wait 3 months for a check out of there. And if I put stuff in the May sale, I won't get a check until long after trapping season over. And I think you guys know how broke I am, so I can barely afford to even pay attention, but we're kicking it. I bought a 1 pound roll of brass snare wire, and I am going to start snaring some bunnies, and I do like rabbit and dumplings, so should be some good eating there. There's so many rabbits in the bush, I don't think they'll miss a few dozen of them. Gail and Lawson say hi. Well, isn't that nice? Garrett Barthenay, how you doing, bro? Yeah, you know what? Those wolves are scared to death of me out here, and it's not like I'm in one big bush. I gotta, skidoo from bush to bush to bush. So they're not stupid. They know. And that bush that I got in trouble in, I know they're in there because I can't go in there. So no, I'm not monetized. I don't know how to do that. I'm actually surprised that I'm on the live right now because I had to rate my content, like for kids. There's so many kids that watch, and you guys know that most of my sites are named after the little ones because they're the future, right? So, but I put down general audience because I don't have to go looking for trouble. They take one look at me and know that I'm trouble. So, even though I'm not, but I mean, the process for trapping on Carolina, Darren, that's a good question. You know what? I thought anybody could go there, but that's not the way it is. You can go in there and shoot a deer without permission. You can go in there and rip up and down and everywhere on your skidoo without permission. But as soon as you set one damn trap, you have to have written permission. And I was lucky. I just called them and they emailed me permission over the phone. So, and as far as me getting mad at somebody in there on a skidoo, can't say bugger all, but if I catch him with a ram in his hand, more coyote bait. Thank you, Steven. You do too, buddy. Bush Moses. You know, there was that one lynx, but it's been a month since I set that walk-through snare pen, and no hiding or hair of them again, so I'm pretty disappointed in that. I was thinking I was going to have a lynx this year, but you know, with all the dogs too, they eat the kittens in the spring, and it just keeps the lynx population down. So I'm hitting them hard. You need to get more. You know what? I got actually a report from YouTube about my monetization, and I had over 100,000 views in January, and it come out to $17 and something. So I mean, like, come on. I guess maybe I need more people watching or committed to, I don't want to say the S word, but you know what all you guys are. That would be awesome, GCT. I would love some help with that. You know how to get a hold of me. Stalker Steve, how you doing, brother? Yeah, I knew I should have been able to censor some of these. I could always count on my brother Steve there to throw out some of the F-bombs. Whatever. It's not like I don't swear. I just don't swear on the videos for the kids, so. But sometimes you'll notice there's where the scene just doesn't go together. It just does not fit. That's because I have to stop and take out some of my selective words and little rants. And I know you guys loved my rants from last year, but I mean, I kind of kiboshed them this year, so. Shalisa, how are you, girl? Glad you could make it. Gunner Air, thanks for coming out, man. You guys are not going to want to miss tomorrow's show. I know I want to go right now, but I don't like night trapping because sure as hell I'd catch a cougar on a night show and end up getting my butt ripped apart. And I mean the cat cougar, not, you know what I mean. Stalker Steve. Man, that goes by fast. Yeah, you know what? You got that right. There are a lot of rules on that, so it just seems like they don't want to help you unless you have 1 million subscribers. Damn, I said the S word. You know what I mean. They don't want to give you, unless, you know, 100,000 views last month and all the ads and everything, and they can't make it easier for me to, unreal. There's no email you can send them a letter or get in touch with them. Nothing, and that is no bloody good. Like, they got to service what they sell. Like, I mean, and now my videos are costing me money to edit, which is awesome. Anything over 5 minutes, and you know my videos are always, hey Dean, my videos are always over 5 minutes. His $3.19. So now I'm paying money to whatever. Just ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. You wish your beard looked like mine, man. I figured out how to keep it out of my mouth with the balaclava on. I feel like such a douche, but I make a ponytail here, and it stays out of my mouth when I'm... Thanks, Lisa. I appreciate that. There'll be some coyote attacks tomorrow, but it'll be KODs on them. So, you know what? I don't have iMovie. I might have. I mean, I have no idea. I am a 19th century man living in the 21st century, you guys. So, my coffee machine's still flashing zeros, and I've had it for 4 years. So, I can't program a timer on a coffee machine. But if you need something killed, just give me a call. Wow, look at all the people. Lots of familiar names there, man. You got your KOD. Tomorrow I'll give you 2 of them for the price of 1. Oh boy, I sure hope I catch something. You know, it's been since February 10th last year since I was skunked, so going on almost a year without even being skunked once, so that's pretty damn good. Start with Trudeau. Man, you know what? Don't get me started with that. Gary, my brother, Camo Cowboy. How you doing, friend? Northern Trapper. Glad you could make it, man. I was gonna say it's too bad you can't just talk to me, but so I don't have to read this, but I guess all of us talking over top of each other wouldn't work either, so you know what? Patron account, I just don't think you guys should have to pay for me doing this. And you know, I do appreciate, like, Kim Curtis sent me a couple dozen wolf snares. Tubby Guy Outdoors, my buddy Wyatt, he put $100 on my account there. And right before Christmas, Rich Wicklund paid my account in full there. You guys are awesome. Like, I mean, I would never ask you guys to do that stuff, so, but doing it on your own like that, that's awesome. I hope I can pay you guys back. Timmons Trapper, how you doing, Merle? Sure miss your shows, you and Curly Beard this winter. Oh, no, don't tell me how to do anything now, Reaper. I'm busy reading and stuff. Oops, sorry. That's actually my thumb, but yeah. Yeah, I've had some pretty. Man, I can't believe I didn't catch a coyote 3 checks in a row. That is just unheard of for me. So, but the weather hasn't been cooperating, and you know, just when it looked like it's going to straighten out, we got that snow, and then what's it do? It rains, and that makes it really hard. When they can go anywhere they want, that makes it tough. Sausage thumb. Yeah, my big dink fingers. I think I'm gonna get my next T-shirt's gonna be for you guys. It's gonna say TNT Maniacs on the front, and on the back it's gonna say "Up to our giggies." A little sippy here. You don't go too far away there, cup. Hey, yeah, check out my shirt. This is my triple nickel shirts. It'll be backwards, but... And the hats. Guys wondering about the hats. You know, I got guys saying just send it COD. Well, I can't do that. I can't send my merchandise COD. You actually have to pay for it first, and don't worry about getting screwed around. That's not how I operate. And the hats are actually, if I can find it, they're embroidered. So they're not just a stenciler, but then again, they are backwards. So something to do with the recording. Right on, Evie. Coffee Outdoors, how are you, brother? Sure glad you could make it. Just check out my January 29th show. It's all laid out there. Like, I mean, guys are still having a hard time understanding, but I mean, you send me the money, I send you the merchandise. If you want it COD, it's going to cost more per posted COD. So you're probably better off just sending me the $20. If it's just a shirt, yeah, going way better than I thought. I figured I'd get a half a dozen people come in to say, there you are, cool shirt, Steven. I know some of you guys know Mr. Defoe. He was all drunk in Cornac, having to work at the power plant out there. And, no, he wasn't drunk at work. He was in his room at night, but he designed this shirt. And I really like it. The Pony Express, no doubt about it. It took you almost 2 weeks to get your merchandise after I mailed it. You're in Iowa or Ohio, one of those. Yeah, you and Merle each got a hat. You know what? I kind of want a Tim and Strapper hat too. I don't wear hats, but I'm gonna display them. I've got all kinds of furs coming back from Tyson right away. Some of them are sold already, but I'm gonna do my one wall up in the living room there with hats, and I can't really hang t-shirts on the wall, but I mean all the letters and cards that I get from you guys, I'm gonna do a whole wall of fame like that. So, oops, there's my finger again. I don't need Reaper yelling at me. The only thing about that, Evie, is I cannot send you furs across the line unless they're tanned. So I know you want a weasel, but man, it costs like $25 or $30 to tan a weasel, and they're only worth a good one's worth half that. So, but you did get it, Tim. You did get it. By the way, cool beard you got going on there too. I couldn't inspire you trapping, but I inspired you to grow a beard. That's awesome. Was reading the comment, just disappeared. Something about shipping legal. I wear beanies. Yeah, that's it. I wear welder hats. All that you see me, that's all I wear is a welder beanies. So, hi, Sniper Hunter. Thanks, buddy. Morris Hebert, how you doing, bud? You know what? I just got my new rifle today from one of my subs. He sent me a Ruger, called it a 10-22, but the clip only holds 5. It's pinned, so it's a hideaway with a scope. It's a beautiful little gun. Hey, Chip, I think we're going to definitely not have to pee around with that old Lakefielder in Mossbury anymore. I'm going to clean it up and get it working again, but it is done trapping from now on. I'd like to get a shoulder strap so I don't have to put that scope in and out of a case because, wow, you know what those are like. That just buggers the scope up every time you put it in there or pull it out. Hey, Eric. Yeah, I got a pretty good beard for when did I start growing it? The 10th of June I started, so what do we got here? 8 months in almost. Yeah, I let it go for 1 year, 1 month, 1 week, and 1 day last year, and it gets too damn long, and I gotta shave it for fit tests for work and stuff, so yeah, it's I was offered a pump 22 also, but he's one of my Afghan friends, and I wanted Sir Barks a lot. If he's gonna give me a gun, I want that 50 cal, you bet. Not much good for shooting coyotes, but I don't know. Pretty nice gun. I got my guitar amp on. I'm gonna shut it off. It's humming. So is everybody trapping still, or did you pull the pin, most people? Or I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. All of 3 more weeks I'm gonna. Yeah, come on up, Morris. It's since I've been here, the first year I got here, I went deer hunting and I never saw any bloody deer. Now I can't go out without seeing clumps of them, and I do mean clumps. Not that walk through snare pen yesterday, 30 of them at least went by me, and they weren't in a hurry because I had the sled off and some nice bucks in there. I don't know if you're a horn hunter or not. I like a 4x4, small 4x4. Did you have a good season, Merle, or what? How'd you make out? Can you legally ship an ermine pelt, and what would it cost? Wow, with the tanning and the mailing, man, you're looking at almost $50 for an ermine pelt. I got that, my little co-host there. Somebody wanted him. Well, he's a $15 weasel close. Yeah, he's going to end up costing like $55 for one weasel. I'm thinking next year, get my poop together here and get you guys coyotes. You want coyotes? Well, because the furs are beautiful. You know that. You've seen my dogs. Probably some of the best coyotes in the world are in Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Alberta, in this western country. So, but that's my opinion. I think I'm not being over for sure. We have the best furs, coyotes for sure in the world. I'm gonna have a smoke. Guys want to join me in a smoke? In the world, yep. I don't have that problem, Brandon. My freezer's not jammed right full. Smoke. Best dogs in the world. You know those 2 I skinned tonight? Beautiful. Both those dogs I caught yesterday, even that big one at Sawyer's Cross, was both females. I'm catching some huge females this year. I kind of want to leave a few of them, but I'm pretty sure I could catch another 100 and there'll still be lots of coyotes here next year. That's just how they are. I don't know if you guys know, like I know if you have a lot of coyotes, the females will only have 2 or 3 pups in the spring. But when they're scarce, they'll poop out 12 or 15. So you'll never run out of coyotes ever where they were scarce. And that ain't going to happen. I have 400 square miles here, and I'm probably only trapping. Well, I'm doing a 32 now and figured out with the RM map, but a lot less than 400 square miles. A lot less, like a tenth of that, maybe. Pulling the line. I always try to put it off as long as I can, but we got Boilermaker work coming up here right away, and damn it, I need money. I'm not going to get in this situation again. Gas and whatever. If furnace went, I'd be screwed, right? You guys, that was a lot of fun. No hot water for 15 days. No water or hot water. For biggest coyote is 77 pounds. I'm not positive, but later, Brad. Thanks for coming out, man. And I've caught several of them in that 60-pound range. So I'm definitely going to get a scale for next season I trap, just because I want to start weighing them and being accurate. Oh, no. What'd you do? Hey, brother, how's Kevin? Pondham's Outdoors. He's got some wild stuff on his channel. You guys want to see a guy juggle rattlesnakes? There's the guy you want to watch. It's funny. I'm in the Winter Triangle here, and we don't get radio stations, TV stations, nothing. But my channels do. I'm doing all right on my phone here, so. Hey, Don. I should have went out to Pete's and done this. He has Wi-Fi. It wouldn't cost me any gig a month, so I've only got to go to the 6th. Yeah, we're not buffering here that I can tell. I'm still getting all the Louisiana doing good on my phone. Yeah, right on, Robert. I go to Timberline North's live a lot. It's pretty relaxed. He's a good guy, man. Have a way, I'll come up and have a smoke with my buddy. He's a pretty awesome guy. Yeah, I don't understand it either, Kevin. What's going on? I try not to show my face in my videos too much because every time I put my face on there, YouTube decides that's my, I'd rather have some dog wrapped up in a power ram as a, you know. Oh, I got as many thumbs up almost as people in here. New Hampshire. You know, Northern Trapper, I had a young fella that come out on my line with me with stupid ones on, but they'd only give him a few options to change it to. But I mean, he picked a lot better pictures than YouTube did, so. But I'm afraid that's just out of my range and stuff. I could probably throw one as far as anybody on here right now, but that'd be about it. Okay, Don, later, buddy. Brush the car off. You don't get any snow, do you? Hmm. Thanks. Thanks for the thumbs up. Alcohol test before I go to work, so no marijuana for this guy. And no, I'm not against it. I'm against the not sitting here shaking rough or anything, but I mean, I liked having a hoot. Hey, Mariel, Rebel Trapper. JJ in the house. Reaper taking the garbage out. That's funny. You got kids? What the hell? Get them taking the garbage out. Dug in my backyard with the backhoe, and I just throw everything in there and light a bonfire when it gets full. Or if the animals start laying in it, then I burn it up too. So, you know what? All the comments disappear every once in a while, so that's probably it buffering. So I'm talking to myself when that right now. Okay, try something different here. Just again. What the hell? That's not good. We reconnecting. There we go. Try holding it up in the air. Maybe that'll do it. Somebody get him his mug. I can reach it. Don't touch my mug. Oh, shit, extra. Damn, they're going fast. It's going good. Good NTU. Okay, I gotta hold it. It's won't work when I set it down, so I'm holding it up. Like I said, we have the shittiest service in the whole world in the Wishart Triangle out here. Cheers, everybody. Guess I'm supposed to say that first, but that's a wrist breaker, that one, Tim. You gotta be a big guy to hold that one up. If you get too drunk, you can break your nose when you bring it in for a slurp. Where's here, Jeff? Hey, Trappers, Trails, and Tales. How you doing, man? Yeah, I was showing my merchandise before. I don't think you were here, but that's my shirt. I'd be wearing it. I wear them a lot around here because I've got 100 of them. And that's my hat, and that's embroidered hats. Of course, they're backwards, but in real life, they're not. It's a little keg. Give me a break. There's my thumb again. Sorry. Turn again. Everybody's gone. Oh, they're back. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everybody's saying hi to Kurt. Yeah, I like the shirts too. You know what? They're comfortable and stuff, so. I'll tell you what, this room is where my booster is, and if I go anywhere, it cuts right out. I can't. The only other place the phone works in the house is in the shitter, and I'm not going and sitting in the shitter, so. I got a booster here, this thing. And without it, I get no service out here in the middle of nowhere, so. It's funny, those big companies, they want everybody in the city to have great coverage, but if there's only 13 or, well, no, it's not even 13 people, 10 people in your hamlet, they could give a shit if you have service or not, so. I'm taking that please don't is about me going to the shitter. Live from the shitter at TNT. No KODs in there. I'm gonna go another 3 weeks anyway, Bill. I usually go to the 1st of March anyway. Like last year I was out on, man, almost to the middle of March, so. Crow hunting, no, but I did talk to the warden about ravens because people are saying that it's legal to shoot them. Well, it's not. Like my buddy, like Camo Cowboy, he can shoot them if they're bothering his stock or something. And I asked him, is there any way that I could shoot him? He said, if you walk up to a coyote in a trap or a snare and it's got a raven on it, you can shoot it. As soon as it takes off, you can't shoot it. So he said, even if you catch one in a trap, you have to let the game wardens know. But he also said in the last 10 or 15 years, only he could count on one hand how many people have let him know they caught ravens. So. Hey, Brandon. I'm doing good, man. Thanks, Bill. I really like them too. I love the dogs up here. 29th for the whole season, or because we run out like the weasel and mink are done the 1st. I'm not sure, but I think lynx are done on the 15th. Somebody else probably know better than me. Like I say, I don't have a lot of lynx here. I almost said they were scarce on one video, and I said not many of them after. Oh, I didn't know that. Can pound ravens on private land, but I mean, yeah, on private land, if they're, you could always just say they're wrecking your stuff, right? So, oh no, crows are fair game. When they're outside my bedroom window at 4:30 in the morning in the summertime, caw, caw, caw. Yeah, I walk out with the pump shotgun and I open right up on them. No, I'm not a crow fan. I had ravens nests in my, oh, I better not say that. Yeah, I better not say that. Stupid mug. Trapper J, how you doing, brother? Glad you could pop in. Surprising you even talk to the little people anymore. What do you got, like 30,000 subs now? Or wow, that went fast. Well, Don, there's one thing you can do and not start knocking their numbers down. Yeah, we don't have a season on coyotes here. It's year round if you want, but I leave them alone when they're not worth anything. Oh no, Brian, bigger than that. Oh yeah, way bigger than that. That one I caught at the Gray Bush was 61 pounds or 62 pounds. It's a big dog. Been catching some pretty medium ones now, like 30 to 40 pounders, but yeah, I'll bet, Kevin. He did that too, Scott, you bet. Hardest part about trapping in the snow is when it's up to your giggy and your boots weigh 7.5 pounds each. That's the hardest part. Kicking trails when it's blowing. Out in Saskatchewan, we get those winds. It doesn't even have to snow, and it'll blow your trails in from the snow sitting on the rises. I'll come over little hills with my sled doing like 30 miles an hour, and the top of the hill is bare, like nothing, no snow. So when it's windy like that, it you got to watch what you're doing out there. So must be buffering again. There everybody is. I think it must be buffering once in a while here. Good night, Merle. Say hi to Curly Beard for me. Ooh. Yeah, I wanted to catch a lynx because I heard that's the best meat in the bush is lynx meat. Kind of wanted to try some backstraps and hind quarter out of them. Oh, geez, yes. Wolf are way harder, especially in the prairies here, because if they know you're in a bush, they just bugger off to another one. They get out in that community pasture and they go all day out there. They don't hang around when there's people trying to kill them. They're very smart. Thanks for coming out, Stalker Steve. Coyote Heaven, you were out here? Nice. Where's around here, Don? All right, Chips of Steel. I promise you KOD. Don't. It's coming. A couple of them tomorrow. Well, go hard or go home, right, Michael? There's no point in half-hours drinking. Just get at her. I have had him turn away from the snares, but I like to put my snare the direction I think the coyote's going to come from. I'll put that snare on the opposite side of the tree so he doesn't see the snare. I mean the ram. And my snares are they're pretty invisible. Like guys are saying my 564 is too big a cable. I catch fox in those, and if you're catching a fox in a 564, there's no reason you can't catch a coyote or a wolf in them. I agree, Northern Trapper. We don't have that many. Like, there's a couple little cells here. There's one area south of me here, about 8 miles. I've got permission to trap there, but I just got nothing to tie it into. And that's a long skidoo ride when it's minus 40 just to check one bait, or maybe I could throw a couple baits in there. But I'm trying to tie it in with a ravine and a bunch of creek land. And then it backs right up onto that crown land. So it would be a good loop, a south loop, but I wouldn't be able to do the south and north in one day. I'd have to split them up. And I don't have a problem with that. Unless I'm getting skunked, then I'm not stopping until I catch something. So, because I don't like getting skunked. Absolutely different. Hey, Jacob. I can hardly wait for tomorrow's video too, but I love it out there, so Yeah, I don't know. I find rams to be the easiest way to catch coyotes. I got fur in right now for the March 28th sale, but I won't see a check till the end of April on that. And that's if they don't postpone the sale because that coronavirus can't get China there, and they want China and Russia there. They're the two biggest purchasers of Canadian fur. Man, it must be buffering again. I don't know, Jay. I'd say about a month. I'm not gonna do it like I did last year when man, what? I'm not doing it like I did last year, Jay, where I shaved her off with the clippers and then took the 5 blade Gillette to it. Man, my face sweated and leaked for a day and a half from that. I'm just gonna clip her it the first time. That all depends, Carl. Once I get going to work, I gotta have no beard when I go to work, so. All my fur went to Fur Harvester this first load. I got private buyers that are wanting to buy what I got now, but I money. They're doing it because they know they're giving $135, $40 for a coyote, and I'm sure those pale dogs are going to be go over too this year for sure, and they know it too. That's why they're shelling that money out. So, but they're pretty tight-lipped about it. But I did get a little birdie told me those pale dogs are going to be very expensive this year. Everybody wants them, so. And I got no problem with Russia and China spending lots of money, so. I don't remember those days, but I do remember when I was getting $60 a beaver and for mink too, back in the 70s. Things were a lot different though. Fox were 80 to 120, and you're still getting your $150, $160 coyotes. It's all, it's the trappers that took the kick and the fur companies never did. They just passed it down to us. So, and one year all the trappers should get together and say, piss on it, we're not selling our furs. Whatever you do, tan them and sell them privately. Love of the Land. How are you doing, Michael? You guys check out Love of the Land. He's got some good videos. He put a goal of 20 coyotes this year, and he's surpassed that. So he's doing really good, little brother. Proud of you. Yes, we do, Carls. Always the trapper. It's always the little guy. It's like that court that I got going now. All of it's on me. You know whose land it is, right? He had one sign. I go by there now on my way to Sawyer's Cross, and he's got placards everywhere now. So he's obvious they're trying to pull some game that he had him, but he never did. So it's just more pile on the little guy's shit. So. Where'd you guys go? There you are. Hey, Tim. Well, I'm glad did she come out. I can't believe that she had to go and get you. Absolutely, Morris. Absolutely. And you know what? The funny part is that if we weren't such pussies and all stood up, it would be. Thanks, Trapper J. Shared my video. So few of them. Like I said for a long time, I'm to eat the rich, man. They treat us like slaves and they're animals. I'll be right back. Show you this little baby I got today. Oh, I'm gonna have to put it way back. Not a mark on it. Like I said, immaculate condition. Beautiful. Yeah, I really like it. Have fun skinning. I'm all done mine for the night. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming on. See you later, Northern. Yeah, I don't know. This clip is kind of cool. Little hideaway clip. Of course, I tried to stick 10 in it right away, but it stopped me at 5, so. Trapper J again. Papa Rome's, how you doing, buddy? Cody Moore in the house. Yes, it is a Ruger. 1022 Ruger. Nice little scope on it and everything. I'm not a scope guy, but it looks like I can pop it off, and it's still got the sights on it, so that's more me in the bush, the open sights. The Weasel Slayer. Doesn't matter that I have 3 times as many coyotes as Weasel. I'm a Weasel Slayer. I don't know if it's legal, Tim, to have 1022 here anymore. I know my 223, I got a 30 shot clip for it, but I got it pinned at 5, but that's just one quick smack with a screwdriver if you need it, right? Bait and Ammo, how you doing, man? Glad you could drop out. You're in, or we're pretty out of the way here, so out, we'll say. Lousy, you mean lice? No, no. No, it's not a pistol grip. That would have been sweet. Those 22 mags are awesome. Nah, sure, I'm recognizing a lot of guys from comments in my videos. Sure glad you guys stopped in. That's awesome. Calls for a drink. Cheers, everybody. Oh, thanks, Carls. Appreciate that. Oh, they go by so fast here. You know what? It is a stupid gun law. I agree 100%. I mean, if you're going to kill somebody, one bullet will do it, right? I shouldn't say that. Trudeau will hear me and he'll ban one bullet now. You only be able to carry one at a time or something. Some stupid ass thing. When it freezes, click the live button. Which one's the live button? He is an ass. BNO, how are you doing, little brother? Wow, that's something. Crawling with lice, man. You guys, BNO is pushing 7,000 subs too. Check him out. Hell of a mink snare. He's got some good muskrat trapping videos. He caught a beaver this year. Nice. 60 away. I'm not even at 3 yet, so. Shoulder mites is a bare spot, and there might even be blood in it too down on his hide. It's hard to miss, man. It's a big missing patch of fur. It's not like mange where mange goes right to the skin. All the guard hairs will be gone, and they bite the hell out of themselves because it itches so bad. Well, good luck to you, Biano. I hope you get it. You too, Papa Romes. Ah, shit. I was under a... Trapper Jay and I were both under 1,000, like, what was that, Jay? 2 years ago? A couple of years ago? Yeah, and look at you go now. Later, Michael. I didn't see you were going, but I'm having issues here with the comments disappearing on me. Man, I can't get over that lice on your... That's crazy. You know what? I had trouble with shoulder mites and mange last year, too. I had to throw 44 coyotes away. This year, I'm at 6, so keep on them. Like, don't stop. They'll still hit your baits even when the other ones won't. Thin them out, man. Don't just leave them there. Pick them up, take them home, and burn them. Because they'll make the young ones sick in the spring, and then you'll lose a whole generation of dogs. So the best thing you can do is if you're catching them, good. Keep catching them. And everybody left again. There we are. Aw, that's sweet, Trapper Jay. Feel a hug coming on. Guy last year was, for fuck's sakes. There we go. Thinking this year with only 6 that I might have a pretty damn good year next year if they don't try to restrict me from trapping. Or suspend me, I mean. Hey, James. How's it going? All right, try pointing that way. You know, I very seldom boil my snares. Well, until a guy knows how that mange and shoulder mites is spread, I don't think it's a good idea to let anything eat them. Just burn them. I burned 44 of them last year. You guys seen the video. Hot dogs for the whole hamlet that day. I waited till the wind was just in a certain direction because there's one neighbor I don't like, and I made sure the smoke was going right his way. Hey, how's it going, Wyatt? Glad you could make it, brother. Jason. I didn't think Alberta could afford to do a survey on anything. They're getting the shit kicked out of them by Eastern Canada. Hey, Danny, how's it going, little brother? Ah, for crying out loud. I keep losing my signal here. There we go. I think it's only legal here, Jay, is if Trudeau and his girlfriends grow it. By girlfriends, you know what I mean. That is crazy, Papa. I'm in Saskatchewan by Foam Lake. You could Google map it. I'm in a little hamlet called Bankend. I'm probably back roads. It's a half an hour by the highway, but on the back roads, I just fly, and I'm there in like 18 to 20 minutes. Oh, this is getting a little bit ridiculous. There you are. I keep losing my signal now, too. I think I do. It's when all the comments disappear. Man, we got moose out here, Papa. I was on the sled going down the south trail there before I come to those 2 deer that were killed the other day. And crashing right through the bush. I'm doing about 20 miles an hour, and he damn near took me off the sled. That's how close he got to me. That sled scares them, but they don't take a look to where it is. They just run. There was one other one behind them, but it stopped, and I was going to stop and take a picture of him and for the video, but I would have to turn my back on the other one, and I just don't trust them after Psycho Moose. I know you guys remember Psycho Moose from last year, so I just don't trust him anymore. No kidding. Yeah, they are one big animal. And they kill a lot more people in Canada a year than AR-15s ever will. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm getting a little bit irked off here at this. Somebody just said something triple nickel and I missed it. You guys keep roadkill for... Yes, we can. We can pick up dead deer or anything off the road and take it to a bait station. Tap the screen? Okay. That's what I got, Mini 14. I love it, man. Hey, that worked, actually. Mini 14, 223. I love it. I got a 243. I got a 32 Winchester. I had a 264 Winchester. I do have guns. Oh, I see. And then I had to scroll back. I was wondering why the comments didn't change, Jay. Yeah, Pondom got an awesome looking gray. They look almost half like a cat and half like a dog. And they climb bloody trees too. We don't have any of them here. I'd have to think with all the coyotes, so they wouldn't last very long. Yeah, but he is a hell of a good looking young man. Can't take that away from him. Huh. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever even seen a gray fox in the wild. And I mean over the last 50 years. Yeah, the coyotes are awful hard on, like I say, the baby lynx here too, so. Yeah, long rifle only. Good night, Jeff. Thanks for coming out, man. 6 a.m. Oh my goodness. There's no way I'll see 6 a.m. unless we're still on here. I decided when my mug is empty, because I'm sure they're dinging me hard for minutes here too, and I'd like to have a couple more videos before the 16th. 20 in a day? Not Gray Fox. Yep, Gray Fox you're talking. Yes, you would. There's a lady that has sheep down south here. She Went out to see her and had trouble with the coyotes, and there was not one dead sheep in that pen, but some of them were pulling like 17 feet of guts behind them and big bites out of them, and it's horrible what they do. I mean, and you know what? When there's not a pack of 14 or 15 of them, they don't do that. So you get too many of them, they get awful brave. Yeah, there's no point in tagging them and letting them go when they're dead. Yeah, and we get a lot of heat from the city folks about killing coyotes, and I know my ex came on one of my I posted on Facebook, and she was on the, they eat mice and blah blah, and I said, you know what, I'm at ground zero here. You don't tell me what they do. I know what they do. And I actually unfriended her because Jay, it's not working now. Like I was saying, I actually unfriended her because like I did that dance before and I don't need to put up with that anymore. Those coyotes will pull that cap out of the before it even hits the ground. So no, it's like I said in one of my videos, they don't have a clue, but they got all the answers, right? Yep, my cousin shared your video, Gary, and I was getting flack over it, and I said it's not me for one thing, and I support him 100%, so. As far as I'm concerned, even if you did love wolves, you did that wolf a favor because he was going to get worse and worse and worse, sicker and sicker. And it is a horrible way for him to die with that mange and that shoulder mites. You know, you killed him in minutes, whereas he would have went for months and months, dying a little more every day. Wow. Yeah. Pretty ucked up people that say stuff like that. I know when I was sick there last year too, somebody said next time you get sick, just die. Do us all a favor and die. And that's somebody that cares about wildlife and life. Unbelievable. I think we're gonna have to start posting these clowns' names so that there's no big surprise when they show up on your site mouthing off. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Pon. I posted a picture of that 101.2 pound beaver, which is one of the biggest ones caught in a long time. And some guy on there is going, yeah, it reminds me of the ones I shot. They were over 112 pounds, which is absolute bullshit because the world record's 110. So I called bullshit on him and left the site. That's why I don't like those trapping sites because everybody's full of shit on there. And I don't believe in lying and I don't believe in stealing and he was warned too about embellishing on his stories before, I guess, and I don't care. I'm not putting up with that crap from anybody. He was a big, I had to carry him a long way back to the Argo too. Check out my January 29th video. It explains everything at the end, how to get a hat, a shirt, and postage, everything. So, Yeah, we're gonna have to stop calling them snowflakes. We got to get a better word for them because around here the snowflakes are gone in May. So, and these bastards just hang on forever. Oop, I'm back. Yeah, no doubt. I'm not sure why that's not working anymore, Jay. Campflix should watch a coyote try to scratch it. Yeah, eh? As far as I'm concerned, we're doing them a favor putting them out of their misery when they're like that. Tiny wieners. Hey, Trapping Nation. Like I said in my video, I trap the same land every year. If I exterminated everything, I wouldn't have anything to trap. So they don't understand that. We're just kill freaks to them. Funny looking or funny? I had a show last year. It was dedicated to the trolls, and I said, this sled's going to be full of dogs, and it's all because of you. No trolls even commented at the end of that one. Absolutely true. Hey, Adam, how you doing? That's absolutely true upon them. That'd be sweet if I went out and had a lynx tomorrow. If I had a lynx, I'm sure the coyotes and ravens would be all over it here, though. That's a good idea, Tim. Just the ones that are sitting on 5 dog kills and stuff. Lynx is like lightning. There's no S on the end of it. Again, guys, we're running low here. I'm going to save a drink for later. Hey, Andrew. I didn't even see you were here, man. Jonas? Oh, I don't know, Adam. There's like 4 dozen or so. 3.5 dozen. Aaron Todd, how you doing, brother? Final word on my truck. There's a good question. He said he can fix it, but do I want it fixed? I said, absolutely. I'll use it for a trapping truck, and I'll get a new truck this year too, and that way I don't have to take my new truck out, right? Use my new truck for new stuff and use my hunting truck for hunting, and that way if something happens and it gets buried in the bush, I can leave it there till spring and not give a rat's ass about it. So, man, I keep losing you guys. I keep losing you guys all the time now. Oh, I missed that. If I only had one species to trap, what would it be? Is that what it was? That is an awesome question. Because I've never really been a one species trapper. Even when I was water trapping, it was muskrat, beaver, raccoon. I love mink and I love coyote. Those are two of my favorites, I would have to think. Hey, Bill. Thank you. Hopefully we can deliver a couple KODs tomorrow. I'm pretty sure that deer kill is going to be a hit. I got 3 rams there, and I would not be surprised if each one had something in it. I'd be really happy, but not overly surprised. Hey, Tim, you have a good night, buddy. No doubt, Camel, you're out there anyway, right? So I know there's not a lot of money in weasel either, but they're fun little buggers to catch, and they're such, beautiful little furs. I think I'm going to start keeping them and learn how to tan them, and then when they have the powwows, they'll give you $50 a weasel there. You don't even have to tan them; they'll buy them raw even. I know that Sawyer's Cross. There's all kinds. I was walking in there the other day. There's all kinds of bones from deer and so many deer there, though. Hey, Craig. Well, Eric, honestly, if you're trapping for the money, you probably shouldn't be trapping. So you're right. It is just a good exercise and test yourself. I never made money trapping until I decided that I didn't care if I made money trapping or not. So, Jay, I don't even know how to. I'm lucky I even got this on, man. You're going to have to give me a call and get this all straightened out, the monetization and everything one day. I'm not sure what you even mean by super chat. Everybody's pretty supportive on here, though. I really appreciate it. We're going to catch some dogs tomorrow, man. I'm going to be shaking more out into the trails because they are running now. I've been catching them on trails that I don't even see a dog track on. It's all deer just because those deer run so much they pound the dog tracks into the snow and you won't see them. Don't mean they're not there. And like I say, I'm catching the females now on those trails, so pretty soon those males are going to be, rather breed than feed, so they'll be chasing those females. Thank you, dog. Awesome. You guys keep saying that super chat. I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah, they're big. The bucks up here are huge. I shot when I was living at home still. I don't know if you guys seen the picture my daughter puts on there at all those deer I'm sitting around. There was nothing back then to get a buck that dressed out to 250. Pretty huge deer. The deer up here are such big body deer. And at the time that picture was taken, the world record buck was actually from 7 miles from our house, so. I wish I would have went out and got you guys don't got to send me money. I wish I would have went out and got a buck this year because I'm not, probably going to be restricted next year. Although the game warden did say that if I do lose my license for a year, he'll help me get a hold of the people that can lessen my charge. So I might only have 6 months off instead of a year. And if it's 6 months off, I'm back in September, right? So middle of September, so I can start baiting again and go. What happened? Oh, okay. Well, Papa, I was on. Some guy wanted me to trap the coyotes and wolves that were bothering his cattle. So I told him about a bush I wanted to trap, and he said, yeah, okay, and it wasn't his bush. And I really thought it was, and now they're pushing for trespassing under the Wildlife Act. And in the game warden even said 46 years I've had a trapping license, and I've never had a violation of the Wildlife Act, and they're going to suspend me for a year. It's ridiculous. They don't seem to realize that if I'm not in the bush, something, and I won't be good. I guess I could always pull the Fox Pro out next year and this damn thing. I guess I could always pull the Fox Pro out if I'm suspended and just call, but I'm a trapper. I always have been, always will be, so I'm going to just go to court and just tell them what happened. And like I said to the game warden, I never lied to you once, and I'm not starting now. And hopefully the truth means something. I don't think it does anymore, but have a good night, Bait and Ammo. Thanks for coming out. Wow, look at me go. 3K would be cool. That'd be double anyway. I didn't even have 15 after last year, so. I'm losing my service lots now. Probably everybody playing on their damn phones around, stealing the signal. That'd be cool. You know what? That's funny you'd say that about my license. Because one of my friends in northern Alberta has a trap line there, and he says, I got all kinds of coyotes out here, but I don't know how to trap coyotes. I said, well, I know a guy that could teach you, so I might partner up with him next year. I won't have a license. I won't have the license, but everything can go in his name and his whatever, and we'll just go partners. He's got quotas, though. He's only allowed 7 lynx and 1 wolf and 2 or 3 wolverines. I'm not even sure what it is, but no quota on coyotes or beaver or any of that stuff, so I might do that. Well, that's not really trapping then, is it, Cody? I do have options, yeah. I'm not going to let Triple Nickel Trapper die over something stupid like this, put it that way. Yeah, I could see myself going out there to, I can't remember what it's called out there, Yellowhead something. But he's got a 30-mile loop, which is, right up my alley. I'm running 30 miles here, but it's solid bush there. There's no going through open fields for 4 miles to get to a bush like I do here. And I kind of like that idea, all bush. Thank you, Don. I like the idea of all bush and not having to go out in that wind when it's ripping your face right off. I took some frostbite again this year. Last year I tore pieces of my face off with my balaclava. I know, I'm still pretty and everything, but I mean, one day, I'm not sure how that would work in Montana. I'd love to go down to there and trap some wolves, but I'm not sure they'd let a Canadian boy go down there and do that. But you can take the boy out of the bush, but you can't take the bush out of the boy, and I ain't about to let him put a kibosh on what I do. It ain't gonna happen. You know, and I'll turn around when I'm out in the bush and there's the game warden on his skidoo right on my ass, so. Stupid. All right, try one more time. Now, why would he say I'm not harassing you unless he's harassing you? Like, ridiculous. I'm thinking maybe I should get all of you guys to write letters to the courthouse and tell them set triple nickel free. I don't know what to do. I really don't. The lawyer that was helping me, basically, I don't know what happened to him. He won't. Answered my call and said, prove that you did your like, ridiculous. So basically, I'm on my own, but I guess I work better on my own anyway, so. Northern Trapper called her a night, I think. Free triple nickel. Absolutely. I agree. He doesn't bother anybody, stays out of trouble. And it's everybody out here that heard about this is like, what in the hell does he care if you're out there? He never goes out there. That would be a hell of a shirt. Free triple nickel. It'll probably be on my ticket, so what I'll do is I'll post it on my video. But you guys gotta be, you can't say fuck you guys or, I shouldn't say that either on here, I guess, but you know what I mean. Stupid vodka. Oh, yeah. Then I'll look right at home in jail with the striped shirt. Either that or a referee. Thanks, Greg. Yeah, that ain't a bad idea. It might not be as good an idea when the alcohol wears off, but hey, J-Dubs. That Trapper J does stuff like that. I keep losing service here now. When the comments disappear, I'm pretty sure that means that I'm talking to myself. Like that. Wow, time just flying by here. Can you hear me even when the comments are gone? Like when I'm sitting here swearing about the thing being gone? Okay. Thanks for the heads up anyway. What's a good idea? You guys writing? Hey, Trapper J, I keep running into all these sheds out here. I got to kick them off my trail. There's so many of the bloody things. I don't want them buggering up my skidoo. I actually picked up a big one the other day. It was on a video. I picked up a good sized one. Okay, supposedly you can still hear me, so. Oh, there's no time. I could have paid a $360 fine and just took an automatic year suspension in November, beginning of November. But I figured, you know what? I'm going to finish my year and we'll go from there, so. Yeah, I got a guy comes here every spring and asks me about sheds, and I tell him I just leave them in the bush. You know, the porcupines and the rabbits, they like eating that, and it's good for them when they eat that, so. $15 a pound. Wow, maybe I better start picking them up. Swamp Donkey, how you doing, man? We're gonna have a big day tomorrow. Don't miss it. Well, I'm gonna start picking them up then. And you guys see the kind of deer trails I'm always on, and there is never a shortage of antlers out there. But no, it wouldn't take too many of them to make a pound, I wouldn't think. And if you find matched sets, I imagine they're worth even more, no? Oh man, all kinds of moose ones out there. I actually kicked one the other day. It looked like it was out there for a couple of years. It had little chew marks on the outsides, but ooh, that's a big gup. So I missed it. Did somebody comment on that? Like if I find a match set, are they worth more? That's a cool idea. Crib board out of a moose shed. I don't remember when I found that first one, that 5.1, but I think that show would have been in early January. I even mentioned when I picked it up that it's too early for it. They should be dropping them now. Some of my artwork. I should show you guys my daughter's artwork now. She's an artist. I think her birthday's on Monday, and I got a video Saturday and Monday. I think on the Monday show, I'll show you guys she knows how much I love ravens. So she drew me a picture of 3 ravens in a nest. You'd swear, honest to God, you'd swear that it was a photograph. I'll show you that on Monday. Give you something to look forward to. Plus, we're going to start stacking dogs again because they're going to start moving. I noticed, and this blows me away, but they're coming back to the baits again. Well, thank you, Greg. That's awesome. Sometimes I think I should be showing more, like get my tripod out there and let you. I know I've shown you me making sets before, but I should probably do it more often instead of just the finished product because there's a lot that goes into it. You gotta make it look right, or if it's not gonna fool you, it ain't gonna fool them, right? So, and I know guys are worried about dyeing their snares or boiling them, and I never do. The hoarfrost on them, if you're in a grassy place, that hoarfrost, it's just a circle of grass. They'd have no idea it's a snare. So I used to bust off the hoarfrost, but I don't anymore. So, and I still catch dogs. So I'm all anxious. All I could do today not to go out to that deer kill. Exactly, John. Keep it simple. It's the whole thing, guys worry about their scent, and man, I make that shit up with my bare hands and stuff. Ryan Demchinsky was here one day, while I was drinking beer, he wasn't drinking anything, but he told me about his bait station one day, and he was out there and he had to take a shit. But he didn't want to do it there, but he thought whatever. So he did it right in front of the truck. And he caught 4 coyotes and 6 snares that night there. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. Out here, those coyotes, there's so much steel in the bush and people everywhere. They're used to the scent. But, I mean, if you're going to break a tree off and have that, they notice stuff like that. Like the fresh trees, I break branches off of dead ones. They don't notice that. But the fresh ones, You never break that off beside your snares because they see that and that'll turn them. Well, that shit's going through me quick now. I'm gonna have to go back to the potty. I'll be right back, guys. The pause that refresh. Huh. Hey, Terry. No, I just went to make a beautiful little golden waterfall. Down. I am not used to doing lives like you are, Trapper Jay, with your piss jug underneath the table. Thousands antelope. Yes, I've seen those herds of antelope out in the Badlands here. Yeah, no doubt, Kevin. 30K, holy. I mean, congratulations. Must be that sparkling personality of yours. I don't have one of those, so. I seen a couple of your lives there. I can't believe that you were even standing in some of them. I'm pretty healthy, man. Tell you what, Eric, I'll be 59 in March, and I still drag those 30-year-olds' asses through the bush. They can't keep up with me. Hey, Dusty. That four-wheeler seems like a money pit, that one of Jay's. I'm gonna sell my my Argo too, so anybody need an Argo, let me know. I'm letting her go cheap, so just because I want to buy a side-by-side, something with a heater, and go right from side-by-side to the sled. Trapper J, that Max 4 of mine would actually be a good unit for you. You can drive through water with it. It's totally floats. Well, not with the tracks on. If you put the tracks on it, don't go in the water. You'll... No kidding, eh? I need a side-by-side. Buddy's got a Ranger. He works at the dealership, so the thing's in tip-top shape. It's got a lot of kilometers, but he always keeps it maintained, so... I never thought of that. Hey, Eli, how you doing, brother? Nobody can, Trapper J. I've had lots of guys try and keep up with me, and I just end up having to carry them home. Damn it, that's my least favorite kind of cup. Empty. I will save it if I get a moose antler. I'm going to start picking them up, I guess. That Argo, I mean, I've been in some places that I wouldn't even dream of driving my truck in, and that thing doesn't even spin or get stuck or nothing. And like I said, in the water, you drive right up to the muskrat and beaver houses. It's got a bilge pump and everything in it. And it shoots that water like about 8 or 10 feet. It's pretty cool when you kick that in. Had it in my buddy's shop there one time, and he was tinkering around looking at it, and I said, "Hey, come here." And he walked over right to where the bilge pump was, and I kicked it in and soaked him down. So I want $3,000 Canadian, but it's probably around 25 American, and no trailer with it. So weighs 1,750 pounds. So I mean, it's it looks like it's just a toy, but it is far from a toy. I'll start picking them up, Jay. I think I only grabbed 2 this year so far, but because they were big ones. But I guess they'll get enough little ones. They add up too, right? Helicopter. Don't that Argo. Don't be thinking you got a speed demon there. I don't. I think wide open 20 or 22 miles an hour. So. But it did belong to a duck hunter from Iowa, and he didn't want to take it home. He had no way to take it home, so I scooped it up for 35, and what am I going to use it for? I can't really use it. All our water disappeared. But whatever. Pete said he wants to come and pick it up, tracks and everything. It's got 6 extra tires because the tracks go on smaller tires, and it's got spindles that come out at probably about a foot or 18 inches. So it looks like a real fat little wide glide. It's awesome looking with the tracks on it. But you don't want to use the tracks in mud. You want to use those on ice. When I was beaver trapping years ago out here, I used it quite a bit because there was water everywhere, and it never stopped me. You go right through those sloughs or whatever, like nothing. Just don't forget to put your plugs in. I bet you're right, Don. Like Pete said too, now's the time to put it up for sale because everybody's going to want them right away. I don't know why they'd want them now, but for duck hunting, I could see it. There you go. Trapper J thinking. Anytime, David. It's actually, hey, TPF. It's actually a Max 4. So the motor's in the back. Argos have the motor in the front. It's six tires on this thing. You've seen it in my videos. I've had it out before. Yes, it would be a great rig for moose hunting. You get a little trailer. It's got a four different receiver hitches on the back too for different heights for trailers. So, and it's got the mud flaps all the way around. So if you do get in a shithole and start spinning, you're not burying yourself in mud. The mud flaps hold it all in. So it's a good little unit. Like I say, I need more room in my shop, and it's just not practical for me coyote hunting. Runs like a top. It's got an 18 horsepower Briggs and Stratton on it, so it's a good little toy. Absolutely. Pull like a son of a gun. It's got a winch on the front too. You can winch your deer up or your moose up with it. If the winch won't lift it, put her in reverse and back up and it'll lift it. Thank you, Life with Big Mike. I appreciate that. I must be getting close to 3 now. One day maybe Trapper Jay will get his bony little butt out of Missouri and come up and do some real coyote trapping. Bring some warm clothes. Yeah, that Dargo drag a moose out of there like bugger all. No, I haven't seen bugger all of that lynx. He stepped right on my number 5 bridge, which I guess is an illegal trap for him here, which is ridiculous. If a trap's gonna hold him, it's got the bone breaker, so it won't break the bone. So why wouldn't it be a good trap for him? I don't understand. So I gotta change it out. Had to change it out with number 3 soft catches, 4 coil springs. I've got a few dozen of those too. I've got lots of traps. I've probably got over 300 of them. Wasn't much for leg holds. I use a lot of them when I'm water trapping, but not so much when I'm on coyotes and stuff. We don't have much of a season for dirt holes here. You'll put your dirt hole in, and the next day there'll be a foot of snow covering it. So, hey guys, anytime you guys are up in this country and you want to take a run, look me up, man. Hey Dan. David Gross on here. How's it going, little brother? Yeah, mine's never been broke down, so I've had it where I went out to the shop before and it wouldn't start with the key, and I walked back and on the second pull the thing's running. It just like a top. There's nothing wrong with it. Good little machine. And you'll climb straight up a hill with the thing too. It's nothing but power. It's very low, like a skid steer almost, low center of gravity. Oh, I don't know. I get all my stuff from Damn Beaver Ian's at Damn Beaver Trapping Supplies. So I'm not even sure what brand they are. I'm getting messenger messages here. The boys from Indiana, Dan and Casey, want to shout out. So hey, Dan and Casey. Would it kill you guys to come on my live and say hi? Like, what the hell? Well, it's actually considered craft. It's not considered a land craft, so. Aaron Todd, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that the gigabytes, that's the biggest problem. I'm pretty sure this is going to screw me tonight, 2 hours doing this. Hey, Michael, I don't know if you know Casey and Dan. Big Dan's probably, man, he's all of 300 pounds. If got to be more. He's like 6'6", 6'8". He's a big dude. That's the guy that's getting the fox and the weasel. Good guys. I met them last year. They come up here duck hunting for 10 days. Met them one night for pizza at Willie's in Foam Lake. Good guys. Wouldn't let me pay for nothing. They brought me Marlboros, carton of Marlboros. Casey brought me some awesome socks. I wear them all the time on the trap line. They're just awesome hunting socks. So, show what, my art tomorrow, Kevin. Hey, Ron. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Oh, one more to 3K. I can't wait. I might have to subscribe to my own videos. On call for what? Come on. No bullshit on here, buddy. You bullshit on your show. This show you can't. Hey, right on, Cody. Glad to hear it. And Big Dan's here now. He's telling me he can't comment, but he's here. Hey, Big Dan. Later, TPF. Thanks for stopping in, man. Oh, yeah? I don't think I gave him any authority to do that. I am a brutally handsome, good-looking guy with no beard, though. I know it's hard to believe, but it's a true story. Now, are you guys hearing any of this? Because all the comments disappeared on here, and it's like when my GoPro shuts off, and I'm sitting there talking in the bush for 4 minutes with the GoPro on off. That's why I don't put my headset on or anything, because I can't tell what I'm taking pictures of or... Huh. Okay, try tapping. There we go. On call for work. That's funny. Hey, Theron. Hey, David, you could have flushed a couple of mine for me if you're doing that anyway. Okay, perfect. I'm glad. Thanks, Wyatt. Next time I won't take the big pregnant pause. $3K. Thanks a lot, you guys. Really appreciate it. Like I said, nothing without you guys. I'd still trap and everything, but it's nice having you guys along with me. I'll make sure that if I ever do get attacked by a cougar out there, I get the GoPro out so you guys get one last awesome show before I'm gone. Yep, I'm happy with 3. Like I say, I'm pretty well. The first year to second year, I went up 500%. But every other year, it's been about, I went up 150 on the third year, and I'm back to 100% again. So that's a good question, Theron, and you might not believe me, but I've only been trapping dogs for 5 years. I was always a water trapper. I'd put up mink and muskrat and lots of beaver. And hell, when I first got here, I put 600 beaver up in 2.5 years. So, and they were worth diddly squat. The kits were getting $4.95 for a kit. And you know what flushing a beaver's like. And I figured, you know what, enough. Thanks, David. I appreciate that. Frostbite's all healed. I usually get it right in here on this part of my cheek, and the very end of my nose gets it. So trying to would I rather water trap? Oh no, Jay says I would rather water trap. I really like water trapping. Well, you all know me. I love skunks. Nothing I like more than walking up to a trap with a skunk that's ready to spray me from his ass. Yeah, the funny thing, Eli, was with those beaver, I don't think that year I took 600 here, I don't think I was ever more than 8 miles from home. Hey, Dave, thanks for stopping in, man. Well, guys, this has been a lot of fun, but you know what? I think it's really going to cost me on my video, so I'd better call it a night. We'll do this again really soon. No, it wasn't near as hard as I thought it would be, other than them wanting me to, what do you call it? Pick my audience or my content good for kids or whatever. That was the hardest part. I still can't believe I pulled that off. So, you guys, was awesome talking with you all. Hope we can do this again really soon. Until we do, keep moving forward.